Hello friends. I woke up to grey skies and pouring rain this morning. Streets are wet, water glistening on the ground, air filled with scent so closely reminiscent of autumn. Slow mornings and hearty breakfasts are back on the menu after a long, hot summer. Today it's a warming porridge topped with stewed apples I picked just the day prior. An aroma of apples and cinnamon is slowly filling up my kitchen with each new day. My favorite, most comforting scent for a gloomy, rainy transition to early autumn. It feels like autumn is finally here in the English countryside, as it poured a yearly amount of water on us suddenly over the past few days. Okay, perhaps I am over-exaggerating, but to me September does feel like the start of autumn indeed. I hear some of you say, but it's still summer. Well, in some parts of the world, autumn does come with September, following the meteorological calendar. And that's the notion I partially follow, as I'm eager for summer to come to an end. Sorry, Southern Hemisphere, I know it's spring where you are. I'm not one to hurry seasons, usually, but I do try to follow my own feelings as well. While we're still transitioning, standing right on the border of seasons, I slowly introduce more and more autumnal activities into my life. September comes with the harvest. All crop fields are already bare around me. Damsons, apples, pears, ripe and juicy on trees. We unfortunately didn't have many blackberries this year where I am based, as I think they dried up due to relentless heat this summer. But apples are indeed plentiful. I went to a little community orchard I go to every year to pick some apples for breakfast and for many pies to come. It was drizzling on and off this day, so the orchard was pleasantly quiet. I am rather hungry these days, as you can imagine, so I ate some apples off the tree and collected a few to bring home. Just as I picked the prettiest, sweetest looking apple off a tree though, a wasp decided it wanted a taste of it as well. No thank you, wasp. I'm not sharing my little harvest. Don't worry, there are plenty left on trees for other humans and hungry animals to enjoy though. Life feels rather peaceful these days, I must say. I find a sense of calm within me with each coming moment. a strange sense of calm I don't experience very often. But I know that somehow things are going to work out. All the change that is coming is going to be vital and transformative. And just as nature transitions through seasons, I am ready to lean into transition too. Transition sometimes comes with the pouring rain and cold, bone-chilling winds, but as anything, it is all so temporary. Today, as usual, I am baking an apple pie. What else? I wanted to stay on the theme of apples and cinnamon, and this pie is exactly that. In the beginning of August, I went to Netherlands for my birthday and had the most delicious cinnamon apple pie there, topped with ice cream. I wanted to make something similar. However, too lazy to follow a recipe as per usual, I decided to wing it and make something that would resemble the flavor without all the fuss. I used 6 medium apples for this recipe, peeled and cores removed. If I were to do it again though, I'd use 8 to 10 medium apples or even large apples instead. So don't be afraid to increase the amount if you're going to try this. I then stewed them with a bit of butter, maple syrup, lemon zest and copious amounts of cinnamon until softened. For the simple batter, I used eggs, sugar, melted butter, maple syrup and yogurt. Then added flour, a dash of cornstarch, baking powder, baking soda, and again lots and lots of cinnamon. As usual, the full recipe is in the description. To top it off, I made a quick crumble made out of sugar, melted butter and flour. And of course again cinnamon, but you can omit that if you don't want quite as much. I love crumble toppings lately, so I've been a little bit hooked on them. Whenever sun comes out in brief spells, I try to venture out into nature, fighting the temptation to stay within my 4 walls. Of course, as much as I love autumn, it also brings up melancholy in me, so I try to fill myself with light as much as I can. Though sun is faint on this early September evening, my favorite sunflowers that sprung up suddenly in the neighboring field add just enough of that light. I was always perhaps too sensitive for this world, for the hardships and changes I struggled to endure. I was often told to grow a thicker skin, but I wanted to share a big revelation I had over the recent months with you today, with the overly sensitive, thin-skinned kind like me. I realized that I don't want to grow the thicker skin at all, but instead I want a strong and stable inner core. I want to feel life's happiness and sorrows with every inch of my body, every cell of my skin, knowing that at a moment of change, I can always rely on my inner strength. Perhaps our strength lies not in the outer layers of protection and how much we can reject, but in how much we can absorb, process, and yet come out stronger on the inside. It's not the callous, hard-hearted strength I'm speaking of, though, but the strength that comes from softness and empathy and love we managed to absorb. As the last of summer gets washed away with the pouring rain, I wanted to wish you warmer and cozier days ahead. I know many of you are autumn lovers just like I am. And though as cheesy as we sometimes seem, there is just so much to cherish about this coming season. I know I am very eagerly awaiting its arrival for a multitude of reasons. The pie turned out delicious, by the way. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I will see you again very soon.